Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Otakuology podcast. I'm your host, Otaku Mike. With me, as always, is Jen. He thought it was a superhero duck, Graves. And today, what are we talking about, Jen?
You know what? I thought about this too, and my intro for you, if I did one, was going to be, he knows a shit ton of spider facts, Otaku Mike. So it's funny that you went with the duck one instead.
Well, I remember them saying like the duck blindness or bird blindness.
Yeah. He told me it was a duck, not an eagle.
He told me it was a duck, not an eagle. He's trying to make fun of my bird blindness.
We're covering Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 3.
Yeah, this one's a good one, I have to say. And I will say, I don't know if it was in the last episode we recorded for Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Or it was the first episode. But I feel like my prediction was wrong when it comes to the alternate universe.
Oh, I think it was last time.
I think my prediction is wrong. But we'll get to that when we get to it, I have to say. So our episode starts out 3 years in the past. And we actually end up seeing Rick Flag and Amelia Harcourt. They are apparently getting it on together. Secretively behind the Enchantress's back. Enchantress's? I can't say that word.
Enchantress?
Enchantress is back.
Yeah. What was it that time? That was one thing on my list I was going to ask you, because I was like, was Suicide Squad before this, or would it have been during this or after this?
So here it is. So Suicide Squad, here's your little history lesson. Okay. So Suicide Squad, which they mention it in this episode.
Yeah.
They mention Enchantress, and so that's the first movie. And then they have the second movie. So this happens 2 hours before the second movie happens. Because they mention that, Rick is going to go off to Corto Maltese and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this little flashback happens 2 hours before the Suicide Squad happens. And Rick really wants to break it off with the Enchantress. But he's afraid if he does, he's going to end up with a big giant hole in the world again, or whatever it was, I think, with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And we end up finding out that, they're sneaking around, and I'm guessing they're a couple from what I've gathered.
Him and Hardcore?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think they're a couple, or they're just really good friends with benefits.
They're special friends.
They're special friends because she mentions that he is her only friend and she is his only friend. And then we jump forward to Chris. Chris has had an all-night bender. He gets woken up by his brother Keith, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? Like, what's going on? It's 11 o'clock in the morning."
Brother Keith.
Huh?
Other brother Keith.
Sorry. Alternate future version of Keith.
Yeah.
He's waking up, and he's like, "Have you been drinking? Like, is it just drinking, or are you doing pills?" Which we find out later that this Chris was addicted to pills. We don't know what kind of pills he was addicted to, but he finds pills in his, what do you call it? Dresser drawer?
Yeah, dresser drawer.
Clothes. Yeah. What happens next, Jen, when he's trying to get ready?
Oh, man, he goes through all that shit, and it gets weird. Finding, random ass Fabio, I feel like dressed down shirts and leather pants and all this other stuff. I was like,
he pees for a very long time.
Yeah, he does.
in which he finds out that Harcourt wants to meet him because he was drunk texting her last night.
Yeah, he did. But we kind of get that whole thing with his brother. And, hey, man, are you ever going to tell us where the blood in the room came from?
Yeah. He's like, what are you talking about?
Which I'm like, have they not cleaned that up yet? Like,
I guess not.
I really want him to walk by the room one time so we can see if there's just like blood spread across the wall or something, because it is like the most random shit.
Yeah, which they were talking about in the trophy room, I believe.
Yeah. And then, he's going to go have some eggs with his brother. And I just had to say,
this part's funny.
In classic Chris form, I have to say our classic Chris, because obviously,
yeah, Chris Prime.
Hey, man, let's play the trivia game.
Pop question. Pop quiz.
What is our address exactly?
No, what is Harcourt's works address?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misheard that thing because I thought he asked what their address was.
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe he needs it to get back. I don't know.
He's like, what is the exact address and zip code?
Yes.
And he's like, what are you talking about? It's Argus. He's like, oh, thanks. And then he leaves. And he comes back in. He's like, hey, another pop question.
Where's the keys to get Dad's truck?
Can I borrow? No, can I borrow your truck? Is what it was.
Okay, I thought it was Dad. Okay.
So if you don't remember, Keith drove a truck in the very first episode.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like a family truck.
I don't know. I believe it's his truck because Chris says that, hey, can I borrow your truck? And he's like, why don't you just take the peace cycle? And this is where we get one of the coolest things in the episode.
Gosh, right. Whenever he was like the peace cycle, I was like, this sounds fucking cool. What is this?
Because didn't he have like the peace car or was it the freedom car in the first season?
Yeah, because I think it blew up.
Yeah, I think it like blew up or something
in the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode.
Season 1.
Yeah. Because it was like wrapped in like an American flag, I think it was.
Yeah, and I think it was when he was going to sleep with the alien and his helmet was in the car.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was like a supersonic helmet or whatever, and totaled it.
Yeah. Which describe this awesome motorcycle.
Oh my gosh. So this motorcycle, I would say, kind of looks like a police motorcycle, but with a lot more bells and whistles. I would say a cross between a police motorcycle and maybe
it's a Harley.
I think the design of it, though, like on the front, the rounded design is kind of like a Kawasaki almost. But I mean, it's sweet. And of course, like, it almost does have like these jetpack things on it and whatnot. Like, gets him everywhere he needs to.
It's got missile launchers on it.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is so cool. I feel like this is one of the only things that I felt bad in this episode about was that he actually had one of his helmets that was actually just a regular helmet.
Yeah, it was a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, he puts it on and I'm like, it's going to do anything, or is it just the motorcycle helmet?
Which is funny, like seeing him like blare music. He has like these giant speakers on the side of his motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best thing ever.
And after the interaction with his brother, I was like, does he blare music like that? Like, is this the same Chris's music? Like, what if somebody starts thinking about it that way? So, like, my hamster wheel was already moving, but...
Well, I mean, it is. He listens to the same music because he has, like, all those bands and stuff, like, posters in his room. Yeah, they're just slightly, like, off kilter a little bit, like, with the naming and stuff.
Yeah. And then this part was glorious, I just have to say.
The part where everybody wants to like meet him.
Yeah, they're like running. Oh, Peacemaker!
Peacemaker, I love you.
Pulls up, a little kid rolls down the window. Peacemaker, I love you. I love you too, kid. Peacemaker,
I love you. I love you. I love you.
And then Chris is like, I don't know what to say here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little too much. And then, he hears somebody else go and he turns to his left and this girl just like flashes him and you're like, oh, I love this place.
So I was looking at the credits
Yeah.
for this episode and she's labeled as just sexy girl.
That's funny.
And the kid is little boy.
Oh my God. That's great.
Yeah. And we get
the weird thing is, really thinking about it though, is like the little boy was sitting there when she did it too, so he's probably like, I got a good eye full of that too. Unless
he like rolled up the window and like they left, but like she just showed her tits to a little kid.
Yeah.
Indecent exposure, anybody?
I don't know. It might be different on this planet.
True.
It seemed like there were a lot of things that were a little different.
And so Chris, Peacemaker, gets to Argus, and he gets there, and he has to go through this like whole check thing with his eyes and stuff. And the guard asks him, "Hey, is I forget what the person's name is so and so doing okay? Like, how they looking?" And he's like, "What was it like?" He said it's positive. I think it said, like, I think he said like
so.
He was like positive. He's like, "Oh man, I hope it wasn't positive. Like now he has cancer. That's terrible."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, it's positively good." I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is. I did like how some of that shit was sprinkled into this.
Yeah, because like he knows nothing about this world, which we will get into right here when Chris goes to meet Amelia, which is a whole ordeal. I'll let you take this part.
It's a whole ordeal as she's waving at him from across the room, and who then none other walks up to him, which is alternate world Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah. Which I love. I love this interaction between Rick Flag and Chris, because Chris, like, he basically acts like he's seen a ghost.
Yes.
And we get flashes, which we got flashes before of like how we saw Rick die, but like he gets flashes of Rick dying again,
Yeah.
And he like the acting on Cena or Chris is like impeccable in this scene because he's like taken off guard. I have to say, like it's crazy, and like Rick gives off like weird jealous boyfriend vibes.
Yeah, he does. But like nerdy computer guy vibes at the same time.
But he's kind of, but he's a military man still.
Yeah.
But he's like the most awkward person, and we see
the weird thing is he almost gave me, I'm not gonna remember the guy's name. What's the other guy with the glasses?
Economos?
No, the other one. The
Adrian?
He kind of gives me Adrian vibes.
Vigilante?
Yeah, he kind of gave me like Adrian vibes without like crossing the line how Adrian does.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you're not the same Rick Flag that I know.
No,
like,
you're not.
Like, go somewhere else.
He's trying to like look over the cubicles and like spy on them, and he like knocks over a trash can and stuff. Like, he is so awkward, and I love it. It's fun. It was a funny gag to see, and like Peacemaker and Amelia go off somewhere, but we didn't touch on the fact that the rest of the gang, which I think this happened earlier in the episode, the rest of the gang actually wake up from their hangovers.
Yes.
And Adebayo and Amelia are talking, and she's like, look, Amelia, you were hanging a lot around with Chris and stuff. What's exactly going on? I heard something about a party boat. Like, what's going on? And like, they have this like real, like, I don't want to say like heart to heart talk, but like it's weird. It's weird because like you can tell Amelia likes Chris kind of, but like then like doesn't want to like him for what he did.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she has that connection with Rick Flag Jr., which that actually gets brought up later in like a different episode.
Look
And
at you jumping the gun.
it becomes a catalyst for everything moving forward.
Yeah.
Like, no spoilers, just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and we have all that stuff, which I love. I love how, because we saw it before, right?
Yeah.
Like this little side thing of Adrian's, I fucking love because it's hilarious.
The weird facts.
Yeah, like the first one was where he was standing outside the thing. He goes, "Ask me facts about owls,"
Yeah.
and he gets it wrong. Like, can't even get it right, right? And then he's like, Chris taught me that I could love spiders and da da da. And then he like keeps playing it up like,
I shouldn't be ashamed of my spider love.
I know so many senses about this stuff,
Yeah.
This to me is where Adrian crossed in Napoleon Dynamite territory.
I guess maybe. I mean, I feel like Adrian hasn't had much to do in this. Yeah. Really? It seems like he's kind of like biting almost for like Chris's affection as like a friend.
Yeah.
Because he like isn't really doing anything with him other than like he needed help. Chris did like cleaning up the body and stuff, like but like Adrian thinks of him as like his fucking ride or die best friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it's funny because like in this he's talking about spiders and stuff. He's like, "Hey, quiz me on how many eyes a spider has." He's like, "A spider has 2 eyes because eyes come in pairs."
Yeah, which that happens a little later, but
yeah, and he apparently took his pants off.
I like how they got the girls kind of got him away from them because they're like, "Oh, Economos is in there and he's laying in the bathtub. He might throw up and like choke." And he says, "Well, why didn't you guys tell me earlier?" And he runs to the bathroom
and he like sticks his hand in his mouth. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And it was great because like that's all off screen, but we're hearing every little bit of it. I loved it.
No, that whole scene was funny. Like the jokes in this are really funny.
Yeah. And then of course, like you go into the part that you're talking about where he's sitting in there on the sink and Economo's still sitting in the tub and they're talking about stuff and then it's kind of weird. Like I think that's what made that little like end credit part like so funny because you have that whole scene and then Economo gets out and looks down and goes, "Where are my pants?" He goes, "Oh man, don't worry about it. I took them off. I washed them for you. I folded them. They're in the kitchen." And then at the very end, after the credits, you see where he slid them off and everything, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then to add insult to injury of even just that, he gives him a little kiss on the forehead.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's something we would do if we were drunk.
Probably. That was one of the other things I was sitting there like, if I ever introed us into this, for this episode, I would definitely be like, he might pull his pants or he might pull your pants off and kiss you on the forehead. Good night.
But yeah, so Economos has to leave because he gets called by Bordeaux. And there's a whole thing with that, because Chris opened up the portal again and, they have to go, figure whatever it is out, with the portal and stuff.
What did she call Eagly when she first asked him?
Oh, like a superpowered duck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember what she exactly said to him, but yeah, and then the other guy said, "No, it was a duck. Why would he play on that?" I was like,
yeah, because they're like, one of them had to have reconstructive surgery. One of them, I don't remember, one of them died, or one of them got their eye ripped out. Like it was a whole ordeal.
Yeah. And then like walking out, and of course, this guy is still a pain in the ass. He's like, he's like, tits may never walk again or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot who that even was.
I will tell you, Flurry's character turns around. He still might be a little annoying, but he becomes like a good guy.
Oh, okay.
Or he is a good guy, basically. But yeah, we get that, and we end up seeing Chris talk to Amelia, alternate Amelia, I would say. Amelia doesn't know how to use a mustard dispenser because she gets mustard all over the hot dog, like soaks it in a hot dog, the mustard in a hot dog.
You think that was an accident, like an actor or an actress accident?
Maybe, I don't know, but if it was, the improv was really good from Chris
Yeah,
or John Cena,
yeah,
because he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I like my hot dogs with like 90% mustard."
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was good. Like, it's interesting to see like the alternate Amelia Harcourt because she's not like our Amelia. Like,
No, she's a lot softer.
she's a lot softer, and we find out like I guess this version of Peacemaker might have cheated on her because she's
Oh,
talking about
multiple
how
times, yeah.
multiple times, yeah.
He basically only used her as a booty call to hook up with,
Yeah.
and he had like a lot of other flings on the side.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna lie, that's a douchebag move. You know. Douchebag.
I mean, in this world, I'm sure.
Yeah. Which I mean
It that little difference though, like subtle change, kind of made me think of that thing you sent me though, where they were at Comic-Con or whatever
uh-huh.
with James Gunn, and
Mm-hmm.
John Cena's telling us like how he hates him doing the John Cena move with Peacemaker, and he's like, "You can't see me." He
Oh
goes,
yeah.
"Now everybody, just imagine the Peacemaker helmet floating right beside him like this." He's like, and James hates that stuff.
But I love it.
Yeah, yeah. So it seemed
No,
like just an alternative thing like that.
I really like this scene between the two of them. Like I felt like it was a pretty emotional scene because Chris really wants to have a happy ending. Like he wants the
Yeah,
girl, he wants the respect and love from his parents that he never, or his dad that never got. His brother, like so he's like really getting like sucked and drawn into this universe
yeah.
and like
Well,
more.
I also feel like though we're starting to see the cracks of why this universe isn't like all that great though.
Yeah, and
Like
we can
like
get
we
to it right here.
like we had where like that whole thing about like he wants to be with Amelia and oh well she's just a fling, and then like the thing back at the house where his brother's talking to him and he's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, oh man, did you take a bunch of pills? And then he finds the stash.
yeah,
Like we find all this other stuff out, and then like whenever this bomb thing goes off at this scene that we're at, we have that little thing that's like, hey, aren't you with Peacemaker though? And he's not wearing his uniform.
yeah,
And you kind of get that whole sense like a lot of things here are for publicity. It's, I only work when I'm in uniform. I only do this or whatever, instead of like how our regular Chris is like, you're always on the job. Like you're always trying to be like a
yeah.
good guy or a hero kind of sort of thing.
Well, I
So
mean,
there's just a lot of cracks here that make it seem like,
our our Peacemaker thought he was a hero at first. I would say
yeah, yeah,
he thought he was a hero, and he was very like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a mind fart or mind blank on this. He didn't care. Like he like oh like he like if you broke the law, you died basically.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was uh
I mean, there's a word for it. I forget what it's called because he says it in the first season.
yeah, it's kind of like he's like judge, jury, and executioner
Yeah.
without, you know.
And over the course of Peacemaker season 1, we saw him become an actual hero.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
and he very much wants that, and he feels like he has that in this universe. Yes. That we know of. Apparently.
That we know of.
And this scene when we got it, because it's very subtle, the transition, I have to say.
Yeah.
Very subtle, where they're sitting there talking, they have this emotional moment, and we start to see people run by, like out of the frame. People are running by, and R.I.P. Terry, because Terry bites it and blows up right in front of him.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck's going on? Because it was a big explosion. It knocks them back. They're disoriented, And this terrorist group, which the terrorist group goes into the DMV. It's kind of funny, not going to lie.
Yeah.
And they hold this DMV hostage, and you find out that this is the Sons of Liberty. If you don't know who the Sons of Liberty are, in the main DC universe, they are basically like white supremacists.
Yeah.
Kind of like the White Dragon and his posse almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't remember if the White Dragon had the Sons of Liberty in the first season or not. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I remember he had the guys. I don't know if we ever got to what the name of their group was.
Yeah. And so they hijack this thing and they plant these bombs, which have a weird name. Do you remember what their name is for the bombs that they have?
No, it was like...
It's like...
Yeah, it's like Terra, Trifle, Fifle, Fin. I don't know. I mean, it sounds funny because obviously...
Yeah.
I really wanted to know if that was an improvised spot. Like, it's like, hey, you're going to say this name. And John Cena was like, you're shitting me. That's the actual name of it. And like played it off like, hey, let's go with that. Okay, let's go with this thing.
Yeah, no, it was funny. And like, they're like, okay, don't come in here. We're setting these bombs up. Everybody's going to die. And John's like, no, I got this. I'm going to handle it. And he like goes through a pet store, goes up, goes through this window, and they keep sending people at different points to go check on the noise. Because,
all right, I have a question here for you.
Okay.
The first guy that he kills with the axe.
Yeah.
I thought for one moment, because he looks very much like another character we've seen in the movies and everything. I was like, oh my god, it's Weasel without fur.
I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Because he kind of like looked like his eyes were set apart and everything. Yeah. Like, I swear to God, like I was like, oh my god, that could be the actor that played Weasel if he wasn't CGI.
Well, I mean, I've seen the actor who played Weasel.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like that.
No, and I know the actor that voices Weasel and everything. So I thought it was funny that this character looked like, or that guy looked like Weasel a little bit. And I was like, the fuck?
Which, that axe death came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did.
And I was like, oh my god. Like, that's insane. Which, I like this scene where he systematically, like, takes out all these people. He does that, and then he does the guy with the knife who's holding the hostage. That was brutal. Where he's like struggling with the knife to stab him, and he like knees him in the back and like fucking jabs it in his face or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we had that, and then we had
pencils.
The printer. The
printer, yeah.
Yeah, the printer, and then the printer went from he killed the guy and like bashed his head in, which he took.
He killed the girl.
Oh, he killed the girl. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he killed the girl with the gun from the guy with
the guy. Yeah, that's what it was. And then like killed him, and then we get probably the most gnarliest death, where he's like hanging from the ceiling and like jabs 2 pencils in the guy's head, in his ears.
2 number 2s,
and he like twists it around.
Yep.
Which was I was like, okay. But yeah, I love this scene where he's like taking them all out, and they try to go to get away from the helicopter, but Captain Triumph shows up, destroying it, and we actually end up Which this part was kind of funny, seeing Chris trying to defuse a bomb. Did you see on the bomb? It was a thumbs up and a thumbs down button.
Yes.
Which I was like, why did he just push like the thumbs up or thumbs down button?
Oh, I don't know, but you know, it was jerry rigged. So like,
Probably.
when he was sitting there, and he pulled one thing out. I was sitting there like, no, it can't be that easy. And then he pulled the other one out. I was like, oh my god, there's no strings attached anymore. It was that easy. And then like he's sitting there sweating it for a little while, and the timer runs all the way down, and then you see where it was supposed to send out an electric charge through those wires to activate them, and it obviously just basically short circuits itself. I was like, oh my god.
No, it was like really funny to see him like sweat it out. Cause I thought something was gonna blow up.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he was gonna like do it wrong, and it was something that was gonna blow up. We get this scene. He saves the day, gives a thumbs up, and like Amelia like hugs him for a very, very long time. I'm not gonna lie, I think she was like sniffing him. I think she was like trying to get like a sniff.
Well, I kind of agree with that. I feel like she can tell that he's a different person.
Yeah.
She's not 100% sure why, but after telling her, like, hey, you know, I want to be that guy for you, you know, I don't want to talk to anybody else. And then, like, going in without his suit on and coming out and all this other stuff, like, you know, that he's some kind of a hero that's not this old hero that was a druggie and
a douchebag,
philanthropist, womanizer, like all this different stuff. And it's like, you know, this is, you know, who is this?
So he's like, I've thought a lot about my actions in the past.
Yeah. So now I feel like we're playing the game of, is the wool pulled over her eyes enough to realize that, or to not realize that this is a different Chris, to acknowledge that something like that, you know?
Yeah, no. So we get that, and then we actually get where Economos goes back to Argus. We get where Chris is having a drink with Keith, and they're talking. He's like, "Oh, I love you, man. You know, I know you haven't been around enough lately, but I love you and stuff." And we see that, and Chris is like happy.
Yeah,
he is happy drinking some gin or whatever with or whiskey with his brother. And we cut back to the main universe where Economos and Argus are getting their team together to actually go get the door, which we get our new character, which is Red. I think it's like Red St. John or something like that.
I think it was Randy St. John.
I think it was Red. His name's Red.
Or Rad, maybe.
No, his name is Red.
Oh, red, like the color?
Yeah, like Red St. John is like his name.
Okay.
I know it's Red Saint, I think is, which he's the Eagle Hunter. He is the Eagle Hunter. He is going to be.
I thought you were talking about what they called the little green guy this time, because he had a different name.
No, he was like Mick Jagger or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
Not Yondu.
No, we get Judo Master back as well.
Yeah.
Which is funny because in the first season we didn't really have Judo Master. We had Possessed Judo Master. And I feel like Judo Master is a lot different character-wise in this season. Like he's funny.
Yeah.
Like he's funny. He always wants to eat hot Cheetos. Like that's his thing. He loves hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
And that's where, so they go and they get their stuff together, and they actually
go to Chris's montage.
They make a montage and go to Chris's house, and Chris actually, I think he like texts Amelia, and he's like, "I'm going to think about it. You know, you need to think about it. You know, us getting back together. I'm going to be out of commission for a while because I have to go take care of some stuff. And he actually walks back through the portal, and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, it takes Eagly with him.
No, Eagly wasn't with him.
I thought that's what he did. He didn't have Eagly going with him?
No.
Okay.
You
he must have walked him outside then.
You have to wait till episode 5.
Maybe he took out Eagly outside to go for like another flight or something. There was like a little cutscene where it was them walking outside, and I thought it was the other universe, but could not have been.
Yeah. Well, Eagly doesn't exist in the other universe.
That's why I thought he was taking Eagly with him.
I mean, Eagly does go with him eventually, but not right now.
Eagly's got his own stories to tell.
Spoilers. But yeah, what did you think of this?
I liked it. I thought it was really fun, and of course now it's kind of like that whole thing of a hero kind of getting like everything they wanted and whatnot, and like waiting for the fallout. Like, what's bad about this place?
I feel like it's a monkey paw situation.
Yeah.
That we're getting ourselves into. Like, I feel like this world is a lot worse than we think it is.
Yeah.
And so my theory was that I thought this was like the Fawcett universe, which was like the original Peacemaker universe.
Yeah.
On second watch, I noticed there was no like black person or Hispanic person or an Indian, no Asian descent, no minorities in this.
Yeah.
Just white people. Which begs the question, are they in Earth X? Earth X is the Earth run by Nazis.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm really curious, because I've watched episode 5.
Yeah.
So, within the span, I'm going to spoil a little bit. So, within the span of episode 3 to episode 5, so he doesn't go back to the other world until the end of episode 5. So, like, it's interesting to see, like, how the story is progressing. I'm really interested to see, like, where the hell this is going to go. Like, I don't think it's going to be good for Chris at all.
Right.
He might think it's going to be good for him, but in the long run, maybe the only thing that's going to be good for him is probably Amelia. I would say.
Yeah.
Probably Amelia, like, because he seems to really want that connection.
Yeah.
And he gets it with her, but, like, it's not his Amelia. It's an alternate. It's not his Amelia. It's not the Amelia he fell in love with.
Yeah.
So something is different. And, like, I loved, like, the character struggle in this of, like, him trying to grasp on whether or not he stays or goes. And, like, the real, like, push and pull he has, like, with his inner self.
Yeah.
I find it to be fascinating. It's very subtle, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was a really good episode. I love the jokes. I thought the jokes were funny as hell. Like, Adrian's comedy, like, has stepped up, I feel like. He's not just like DC's Deadpool. Like, I feel like he's his own thing comedy wise. Like, he is funny.
Yeah.
But he's not like annoyingly funny like Deadpool is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's kind of like
annoying little brother.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Who kills a lot of people. But anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I was on that train with you.
Yeah. So what do you think's going to happen?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we've basically taken all the cards off the table and we've reset it because, we have all these different things. I honestly feel like something is going to happen where Chris tries to be more open about what happened in the other world with the characters of this world, and it's going to bite him in the ass.
Probably.
So that's as close as I could say of a thing I feel like I could throw out there at the current moment.
Yeah. But definitely good third episode. Sorry. Third episode. I don't know why I keep wanting to say it's the second episode, but it's not. But yeah, no, this is strong episode. Like, it works really well. I love the fact that Rick Flag came back. Both, like, we got alternate Rick Flag and normal Rick Flag. Like, that's crazy to think about because, James Gunn has a rule to not bring dead characters back.
Yeah.
He broke his rule with John Cena, but then he broke his rule again, I guess, with Rick.
Yeah, well, I wonder how he sees it though, because maybe he's not seeing it as I brought this character back from the dead. It's just an alternate character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he is an alternate character in that one world, but we got the flashback 3 years later or before.
That's true.
Yeah. But no, solid episode, and I can't wait for you to watch more.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to rewatch what we already watched because I love this show. I think I watched this like 3 times. Like, I love it. Yeah, no, it's fun. And I think it just gets better later on. And like, I can't wait to get to episode 5 on the podcast when we talk about this.
Yeah.
Because episode 5 is like bonkers. And I don't want to spoil it for you, like, really, but it's bonkers.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
But anyways, how do we wrap this up, Jen?
Well, we'll see in another universe somewhere, I guess, far, far away. See you next Tuesday.